Hey, what is up, you guys? It is. E.
Left.
And right.
What?
Wow. That was the most
I said
seamless
my name.
transition in conversation ever. Oh, God. But yeah,
I thought you were gonna do the and.
oh, well, I was kind of improvising on the spot. But, yeah. Here in Destiny today, it's kind of inconsequential what we're actually doing, but it's. What we're actually here to talk about is a little bit of a discussion. Now, as you know, House of Wolves is coming up.
Well,
Big hoopla.
and first things first. Thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. We couldn't have done it without you. We love you and thank you for the support.
Yes, thank you so much. Also, you're roboting out.
Love does not compute.
Yep, there you go. All right, but yeah,
All right.
what we are here to talk about today is, you know, House of Wolves coming out. A lot of people have been talking about what they want from House of Wolves. Like, this is. A lot of people are saying that this is a make or break DLC for Destiny right now for people on whether or not they're going to continue with Destiny with Bungie in this or if they're just going to move on with something else. So, kind of got to get it right. So, what we're actually going to talk about is the raid.
I was actually, I was actually on I was playing with some dude and he said that House of Wolves is the DLC. He's like, it will determine whether or not I get Destiny 2.
Yeah, like this is going to be the big moment of can Bungie learn from what the community wants and put it into the game in such a way that we want to keep playing into, next expansion, next game. Like, can they connect the dots and keep us with them, or is it just going to kind of slowly go downhill? So, in talking about the raid, I know I have a few points. What is it that you really want the most with the raid left?
Um, from the rumors that I have seen, I see, from what I have seen and rumors that I have heard, is that it's going to be horde mode-ish,
Which will be very
and that
interesting.
excites me.
It'll be very interesting, like, because I would like to see, because I can imagine a horde mode, but trying to imagine it in context of a raid, it makes me wonder. Like, because you have like Call of Duty Zombies, or any horde mode within a game. It's just kind of you go and go and go and go and go, and then you
So,
die, repeat, whatever.
what I saw from a video was, it was actually on the app, and I'm going to pull mine up to see if it's on the Android one as well, because this one was from the iOS version of the app.
I think I'm not sure.
And it's under the raid tab, and it's offensive kills, defensive kills, zones controlled, and zones held.
Yeah,
And they're in your raid tab,
yeah, they're already there.
which means that it could be a semi-horde mode and objective-centered horde mode where there's just this constant stream of Vandals and Shanks and Dregs with the odd Captain thrown in as well
Yeah,
that come at you just constantly, or hold zones at the first part of it, and you have to go in, retake those zones, and hold them, and kill things for probably 3 waves, because Bungie has a thing with the number 3, especially in Destiny. Now, it's if you pay attention to everything that you have to do, and death comes in waves of 3.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna keep my my try comments to myself, but yeah, it'll definitely be interesting because how I think my biggest concern is going to be how do you reward a horde mode like that? Like what is going to be considered, you did good, you made it. here's a reward.
You done did it.
Like how's it going to progress? But
Okay, so in the for reward, I could see because the horde mode portion of it could be the first part. It
Yeah.
could be like the abyss and damn, what is it? Where you activate the spire for Vault of Glass.
yeah.
Those are basically small horde modes.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
The abyss definitely being one where you constantly have tons and tons and tons of enemies rushing you, and you have that one final stand where you just have to be there.
For a certain amount of time. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That I could definitely see, but I guess my
And
main
so
concern is
They could reward you at the end of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really my main concern is how do you end it and how do you reward it? Like if is it going to be like
Assume it would be based on.
what I mean if it continues if it continues, Destiny's RNG system, it would just be you make it to a set point and then get gear and just rinse and repeat
Yeah.
over and over again. Which I suppose that would make sense, but you'd have to figure out what is going to determine those set points with a horde mode. Like after a certain amount of waves, a certain amount of kills, a certain objective that you take in the middle of all the hordes. And I guess
I think it would be because there could just be like go to this zone, hold it for X amount of time, and then move on to the next one, and that be the objective. Like you have to keep things in their cells
yeah.
because it's set in the reef, and granted it is called the arena, but it is set in the reef. It's set in the prison of elders. So
Yeah.
what it could be is that you are trying to keep Archon priests or other giant fallen things in their area
Yeah.
or in their cell.
And that I guess that could be like a an additional objective added in along with the regular, horde mode. Like as you're going, be like, oh hey, high value target has appeared. Take him out as well within a certain amount of time, or
Yeah.
perform X objective within the amount of time. Like, as I think this goes into my next question: is a horde mode? Is it going to be an endless horde mode? It just you go as high as you can, or is it going to be like you reach a set point? And if you hit that point, then yay, you did it, you beat the raid. Like, what is going to define beating the raid for this? Is there even going to be a way to beat it? Like, because there are horde... Think like Mass Effect
There
3.
is in fact a raid boss. He's on the back.
Hmm.
Yeah. Mass Effect has a horde mode.
Yeah,
Call
because
of Duty Zombies does not have a horde mode. However, I think the Advanced Warfare one does actually have a story because they just released the second map for it, and it's like Zombies Part 2 and weird shit like that.
But yeah,
But,
because because either you could do it like Zombies, where it's you just go until you're dead, or you do like Mass Effect, where you go a certain amount, and then once you make it to that point, then yeah, you leave and you get reward. Like, what is going to really define like how is this raid going to be set up in terms of its structure? That's, I guess, my biggest concern. But I think
I think it will be an objective oriented horde mode, at least for a small portion of it.
object oriented. Yes, things tend to be object oriented.
An objective oriented horde mode,
Yeah.
at least for a small portion of it. Like it could be like the abyss, or the bridge, because the bridge is technically kind of horde mode-ish.
Yeah, I can see that.
Especially when you have one person on one side, like they're just left dealing with this a mass amount of enemies.
Yeah.
So it
yeah.
could be set up like the bridge. It could be set up like the bullshit that is the abyss.
Yeah. Yay. Because why not? We
just
deserve
not
we deserve the
soloable because
punishment.
you have things that you have to take.
Yeah.
Which makes me think it would work more like the bridge, where you have certain points that you have to take and hold those for a specific amount of time until somebody goes to has to do something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Which that'll prove to be interesting. I think my next thing, my second biggest concern, is the rewards themselves. Like, not necessarily how we'll get them, but what we'll get. Because I know they've already, I think they've already shown, all the, or people have already found all the gear that you can get.
They have leaked they can find the weapons. The auto rifle is going to be arc. The hand cannon is solar.
Yeah.
The scout rifle is void. The shotgun is solar. The sniper rifle is arc. The rocket launcher is probably going to be fire again, or solar rather. Sorry.
How could you?
And the it's going to be a lot of solar things.
Yeah.
If you follow the pattern, it's going to be a lot of solar things for a very arc-based raid, which is going to be kind of weird.
Yeah, that tends to happen because I know this one was very arc.
It was very arc-based for a
solar based, yeah.
solar shield-based raid.
Yeah.
And then the last one was void shields, and it was very
Void. Yeah.
There's 3 of them. Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, it was void.
It was very void. Well, you had the LMG is void, the auto rifle is void, and the sniper rifle is void. But the shotgun was arc, the hand cannon, which is the best hand cannon of all hand cannons
Ever.
at arc.
Ever.
Fucking Fatebringer.
Yeah, that actually
then,
is another point I want to bring up, but once we get there.
Are we gonna have another Fatebringer for me to never have?
Well, I think a better way to put it is, are we going to have Vogue
Are the
weapons?
weapons gonna be the same caliber?
Yeah. Are we going to have
as
Vogue
the-
weapons,
as of all
or are
the
we going to
weapons?
have Word of Crota, or Crota's Raid weapons?
Crota's End weapons.
Yeah, Crota's End weapons. Yeah.
Which some of them are fantastic.
Yeah.
The scout rifle is basically just a better version of what's called the Vision of Confluence.
You take that back now.
The ability to
You
find.
take that back.
Well, it's an arc primary. It marks targets and it does more damage to specific targets that aren't raid exclusive.
Yeah. That's true.
Therefore, it is a better gun.
Yeah.
The auto rifle, the Abyss Defiance, much better than Atheon's Epilogue because it has that focused fire, which gives it bonus damage. It does more damage against Hive Majors and Ultras, Hive Majors. The sniper rifle is much better because you can have infinite ammo.
Assuming you get headshots.
Assuming you get criticals, but
Yeah.
the rocket launcher has tracking. The shotgun's range is much further. Really, the letdowns were the Word of Crota,
Because everything is a letdown next to Fatebringer.
and the Song of Iriut.
Yeah. I think.
Well, if you put Fatebringer and Word of Crota together, the Word of Crota only does 2% more damage than the Fatebringer.
Yeah. I think, and that's a big distinction. What sets the two apart in terms, like the two sets of weapons, is when you look at Vault of Glass weapons, they don't really have they don't have a lot of unique perks and such. They're
Yeah.
more of, it's the integration of perks that make them ridiculous. Fatebringer is a monster because it is Outlaw combined with
Explosive rounds
Firefly.
and Firefly and Outlaw.
Yeah, and Arc Bullets, it's
Alright.
that's all right. But it's those coming together. What makes the Crota's weapons so good is that they have unique perks, things that make them things that you can't find anywhere else, like White Nail.
Like White Nail and whatever Word of Crota has. I don't know what the perk is.
It's Phantom Gift, I thought, isn't it?
Yeah, Phantom Gift.
Yeah, having just little special things and Hive Breaker, just being able to shoot through Hive or Night Shields. That's really cool. It's a unique
And
thing. Oh, and Lichbane.
it's it's Darkbreaker is, I think, also supposed to go through a closed Shrieker.
Huh. Now that's interesting. But yeah, that's
Because that was in a weekly update, I believe.
but yeah, what so each one has its own little like each set has something that makes them good for a different reason. So my question is, what's going to be the I guess the goods with uh House of Wolves? Like what are they going to do to make these weapons good? Because they need to do something to make them good.
Well, the raid exotic already looks like garbage. I'm gonna say that much.
Yeah, Lord of Wolves. I'm wondering how that's going
The
to go.
Lord of Wolves already looks like garbage.
Having another exotic solar shotgun on top of the perks that it has, you should run Invective over it every time, like no
Yeah,
question.
It looks like garbage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they need to fix that. For the perks on the weapons, I would say something like homing bullets would be really cool, which I doubt will happen, but that would be really cool.
That just would be redonk. We don't need that donk to be wrong.
What else do they do? Shooting a stealth vandal causes it to not be invisible anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because you can, when you hit them, they have that little staticky thing.
So you can see where they are. Yeah.
It would be, yeah, it'd be better if there's especially if there's a ninja vandal who's invisible and he has melee weapons. It'd be much better and higher in your favor that you shoot him and then you can see him.
Yeah. Not quite the marking targets route as much.
Yeah, not the marking, but it takes their cloaking away.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of a EMP of sorts on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I honestly I will be Mr. No Fun. I will say that I would prefer raid weapons that have integration of perks over unique perks. Because like having everything tie together and really work together like that, that's what really gets me wanting to keep using the weapons. Like you're gonna get to a point where, Fatebringer and Predator's Revenge, guns like that aren't technically good, but because they have such a good mesh of abilities, people still want to use them. And I'd like to have that in New Gear.
After the damage boost in this next expansion, I believe that the Fatebringer's probably going to go away after this.
I will bet money against that.
I mean, I'm probably wrong, but just because of DPS,
yeah,
and the way that it will work, the Nightfalls will go up to 32.
Yeah, I think it'll be.
The raid is going to start. Normal mode's already going to start out at 33.
Is it going to start at 33? I thought it was 32.
It's 33 or 32. Like, it's right around that area. Which, I mean, the Fatebringer still does work in Crota's End hard mode. But it takes far more bullets than it should as a hand cannon because it's a 30 max instead of a 32 max.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how, like, are we going to want to continue to use the same ones, or are they going to give us new guns that make us want to use those instead? Like, that's what I'm really wondering about. Don't Necrochasm us, please. Do not give us a gun that we have to work that hard for, and then it be absolute crap. Do not Necrochasm us, please.
I don't want there to be an exotic that I don't want.
Yeah, like, it should be with exotics. It's not so much that you don't want it, it's that it's a different play style. Even if it's no landing, even if it's just going around, goofing off like a complete and utter nub, just getting kills and shooting with a sniper, like, it should just be goofy fun. It shouldn't have to be.
Yeah.
There's no practical use for this gun, and people could argue that for No Land Beyond, but whatever. But we shouldn't have to work so hard for an exotic, and then immediately put it up. Like, it's just ridiculous that we'd have to do that. So don't Necrochasm us with Lord of Wolves. Please, Bungie. Do not.
I feel like it's already happened.
Please, no. I don't want to deal with that again. Never again. I will always remember. I don't want to have to deal with that. Because, I mean, I'd like to think that we would get an exotic weapon that'd be like, okay, this isn't what I was expecting, but it can still be fun. It could be interesting. That I would prefer to Necrochasm 2.0. Oh, yeesh.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. That would just make me Mondo sad.
I feel like we've been recording for about 20 minutes.
Oh, probably more than. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally,
So,
yeah.
that is going to do it for us today, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.
In the
Let us know
comments,
down
yeah.
below what
In the
you-
comments. What do you want?
Think, what do you want? What do you think the weapon should do?
What do you not want? Are we crazy for not wanting another Necrochasm?
Probably, yeah. We're wrong. It's the internet.
Wrong, totally wrong. I totes MLG pwn with Necrochasm. Yeah, no. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone.
And thank you guys so much again for 100 subscribers.
Yes.
I can't wait for the next 100.
Yes, please. I'm incredibly flattered. I know Left is flattered too that we've gotten what we have so far. But thank you so much for the support. It means a lot.
And we'll see you guys back here in the next video.
Bye bye.